the Built4Biz 2021 graduation ceremony. It's been 4 months. It's been a journey. I'm sure some of you are exhausted. Some of you are confused because you're like, what just happened? Some of you are probably coming off the high of coming out of your pitch sessions. I personally have just spent the last 7 hours, what was meant to be a 4-hour session, but we've just spent 7 hours listening to some pitches. Some exciting, some will just say could do a little better. For those that don't know who I am, my name is Katleho KG Mabusela, and for today's purposes, I am the MC of this graduation ceremony. We start this graduation ceremony acknowledging that it has been an incredibly difficult year for a lot of us. We started this journey with 140 of you. We come to graduation with only 30 of you. And it's sad to note that one of you has unfortunately passed during the tenure of this program. I, however, have been asked by the family not to necessarily speak the details thereof, because it is, of course, a sensitive matter. But nonetheless, we pause for a second just to remember them. And for those that have lost family and friends over the last 12 months as well, to you, we acknowledge that as well. I should say, not only has it been challenging in that way, it's also been a mentally strenuous time. Let's remember that we started this program right during the pandemic, like right in the heart of the pandemic. But we have marshaled through and we've pushed through thus far. I'll add on to that the fact that in pushing through, we also had the uprisings that happened mostly in Durban and in Johannesburg, and we know that some of us were affected by those, either directly or indirectly. We hope that there has been some degree of recovery. So a lot, essentially, that has happened, as they would say, but here we are. We're finally at the graduation ceremony. Ideally, we would have liked this to be a room full of everybody who's been part of this program, but again, COVID is still a thing. So from a risk mitigation perspective, we thought it's better if we do this virtually as well. But hopefully in the years to come, we'll be able to be in front of each other and shake hands again and hug again and celebrate the way we are used to celebrating as Africans, right? But I'm not here to do welcome speeches. My job is very simple. It's to make sure that the program continues the way it is supposed to, and considering the time of day it is as well, and that it's a Friday, I want to try and keep it as brief as possible. But to welcome you and maybe just reflect on the last 12 months as well, last 4 months as well. I'm going to ask from Absa Citizenship. She's the head of that team, and she'll just give you her official title. A lot of you have had a chance to actually speak to her in the last couple of hours. But it all comes from a place of love. But yeah, it gives me great pleasure to welcome her and just have a few words from her.
So, welcome to the awards. Welcome to the awards ceremony. It's been a very long day. We didn't anticipate to be here at this time. I thought by now we will be celebrating the winners and we will be popping champagne, but I will pop on your behalf for those who are not here. So, my name is Bongi Mabena, and I'm the CIB Citizenship Head. And I'm very delighted that I had to spend the whole afternoon here. It was really mentally stimulating. We had a great day. We had a sad day. We had a troublesome day, but all in all, it went very well. And I'm for those who didn't make it, if you don't come at the top 5 or whatever, it is a learning curve for everybody, and I hope that you will not take it in a bad way, but you will continue to thrive and do what you need to do. Some of you, your businesses will go far. Some of you will definitely partner with, like I said in the other room, that I had seen potential in some of the pitches that we went through. So there'll be those who will be getting a call from me, and there will be those who, just continue doing what you do for you to be here when the rest of the people that you started with fell off the grid. It shows tenacity, and just continue doing and being the best that you can, and reach out. Don't be shy just because the program has ended. Always reach out if you need a mentor, if you need advice, if you need anything. We are here. The program would end today, but that does not mean the relationship and the partnership ends. So thank you very much for the participation. Thank you very much to your media. Thank you very much to your Inc. Katleho for taking us through this program. And I really hope that you have learned a lot. And yeah, we'll take this into, I really want to see some of you banking with us in the business banking space. I look forward to that. So yeah, thank you very much.
So thank you so much to Ausbongi. I think I'm muted. Can you hear me clearly? Okay, fantastic. Let me just make sure. I need to make sure my technical team is on point. This is part of running a business. Sometimes there will be technical issues. But thank you so much to Ausbongi. And I think if there's one thing that I would add to what it is that she said, and in fact, it's something that came up in the sessions that we were going through. Look, it's one thing for us to do a program like this, and there's some people who are addicted to collecting certificates, and they just hoard these certificates. But the true value of a program like this is not so much in the certification, because entrepreneurship is not one of those things where you get to a deal and they say, show us your paperwork. Show us your, well, I'm sure they'll ask for paperwork, but show us your certification as an entrepreneur. That's not how it works. When challenges come knocking, it's not going to ask you for your entrepreneurship certificate, right? So what is important, however, are the learnings that you take from a program like this. So I hope for those that have been part of the program and have stayed and have stayed the true push of the entirety of the program, I hope that the value that you get from it has been really engaging with some of our fantastic facilitators that we've had. And maybe it's a good point at that time for me to thank some of those facilitators. They also run their own businesses. These are people who are professionals in their space, right? And the only reason we chose them was because we wanted to bring the kind of people that had entrepreneurial background, that entrepreneurial experience, so that when you speak to them, I see the textbook. I think enough of us have sat through textbook sessions to know that very little is gained from that. So thank you very much to all the facilitators that were a part of this. I would name you all, but I think the participants know you well and truly. All right. Somebody else that I think you guys are all familiar with, and you've spoken more to than anybody else in the entirety of this program, is Natasha Olivier, who's been our project manager from You Inc. She has made sure that all the links that are supposed to go out, all the emails that are supposed to go out, all the login details that had to be resent over and over and over again for the co-portal platform were sent out again and again and again and again. And she has really done a sterling job. Unfortunately, today she's not able to join us as she is away with family, essentially spending some time with family. But she did record a message just to reflect on the last 4 months on her side, but also to say her goodbyes. It's not goodbye, it's not forever, but just her goodbyes in terms of closing the program off.
Sanbonani, good morning. My name is Nathasia, but everybody just calls me Natasha because it's easier to pronounce and to remember. And I am the Built4Biz Program Manager for the online training program that we have been hosting this year. And today is a really big day because today we are celebrating entrepreneurs, young people, leaders who are going to grow our economy. I am so happy to be part of this project and this program and to just interact and to know a lot of young people in our country who have been making a huge difference, you know, in regards to our economy. The entrepreneurship program started in July, and it was a 7-week program where we actually made a national call and invited young people across South Africa to apply so that they can become better entrepreneurs, so that they can steam engine the economy of South Africa. And during the call, a lot happened. We got a large number of applications coming through. And when we were, going through the program and selecting participants, it was so hard to select participants that we would want to see as committed, flowing through the program and completing the sessions that we had planned. We had the online launch in July, and it was fabulous because we had facilitators, and also the ABSA CIB team joining us during that launch, as well as the participants that were successful and selected to participate in the program. During the program, a lot happened because there were many challenges that we faced. It was not an easy journey. As you know that we got hit by COVID-19 so badly. 2021 has not been a very good year to many of us. A lot of young people struggled. Many were not able to attend our one-on-one sessions with facilitators. Others got sick and were hospitalized. Others had challenges in regards to connectivity and data and all of that. And these are the realities of young people in South Africa who are trying to hustle and grind. But during that process of training and letting them become involved and interact with facilitators, it has been also a journey of experience, of learning, of interacting and getting to know the facilitators. And there were points where the participants connected very well with facilitators, and they had great sessions. And there were also points where facilitators offered free bono work to participants, which was really great, to see such connections happen between participants and facilitators was really amazing. What I am really grateful for is the young people that pulled through. It was not an easy journey. We all know that a lot of looting happened. Digital fatigue was a real thing for a lot of young people. Young people struggled a lot, to just pull through and make it to the very end. And I just want to appreciate and express my gratitude to everyone who is here graduating today, who has made it till the end, who has overcome all odds and all the challenges. And I just want to say that today is your day. Today we are celebrating you. Today we are proud of you. Today we are honoring you. Today you are part of the new Built4Biz alumni network, and we're looking forward to doing greater and more things with you. So enjoy the day today. Make sure that you go out there and you conquer. So the journey is just beginning for you. It's not just the end. This is your beginning. When you go out there, you represent us well, and you make sure that you thrive in the economy of South Africa. We are depending on you because you are the future leaders who are going to create not only jobs, but who are going to make incredible differences in your communities and in this country. So thank you so much, and I really do hope that you enjoy your day today and be proud.
Thank you so much, Natasha. We hope that you're enjoying your time with family, well deserved after what has been a very taxing time. I know that you're online watching us now as well, so she's probably like, how KG? Okay, so all this has been to acquire knowledge, yes, but again, certification is a part of it. Whilst I might have spoken it down and said that the importance of certification isn't that much, I do know that it's always important for us, at least internally, to take something out of the program that we can hold and look at and say, hey, part of, right? So translation, I was once part of, right, with the accent as well. So we come to that part of tonight, believe it or not, tonight's proceedings, where we announce the graduating class of 2021. To you, this class, I say congratulations. I say congratulations considering the context under which you've had to do all of this, the immense amount of pressure that you've had to face. It hasn't been easy. We know that today wasn't easy because those pitching sessions weren't easy. This is part of a journey. It is not the end of your journey. I sure hope that you don't look at this as the end of your journey. So here is the Built4Biz graduating class of 2021.
Lebogang Moloto, Pembieni Gumete, Pete Rakabe, Nico Lovemore Manganyi, Glenton Ntlantla Shongwe, Nakho konke Mgati, Nyeleti Mlondobozi, Botel Sebulela, Tamsanqa Carlson, Lebogang Moret Seabi, Tato Khadebe, Mutlolo Eric Katsana, William Tabiso Matlabani, Ntabeleng Tsokeli, Lerato Moloi, Spamandla Sibisi, Nontobego Ndlovu, Ayanda Nangalembe, Nosipho Msiza, Simangele Sara Zwani, Kamogelo Themba, Petole Raseropo, Italia Salome Mthethwa, Melusi Colin Mlambo, Fatima Muhammad, Bongane Libelo, Isaac van Rensburg, Spamandla Sibisi, Martha Kapati, Nonxeba Skosana.
Didn't say congratulations. I had to go and organize horns. Don't ask me why I had to go horns, but 1, 2, 3 horns. I've always wanted to do that. And after that, you say, your boy's in the building. But anyway, congratulations to the Built4Biz 2021 graduating class. You know what? I know we're graduating, but know that you will always be a part of the Built4Biz family. For those that don't know, this journey doesn't end here with us in terms of relationship. You become part of the alumni class now. We are setting up a business stokvel, which we'll hopefully be able to get together, hopefully physically as well at some point soon, where we can just deal with the challenges that you're facing in the entrepreneurial landscape, your day-to-day realities, because academia versus the truth of the matter and the reality of the matter are very, very different things. But again, congratulations. They said send your pictures. You sent all the pictures. Did I say all the pictures? I meant all the pictures. Okay, so we are getting close to the end of today. Like, we didn't want to make this a long ceremony, largely because obviously it's been a long day. We have been tabulating and calculating and doing some other maths. Some listen carefully, maths, if you get what I mean. But it's been a serious situation happening after having sat through those 7 hours. What was that maths for? It was us trying to find the top five from the elevator pitch sessions. And as it stands, I'm listening out to hear if the tabulation has been done. I'm actually waiting for the door to open for somebody to come in and tell me that we have the top 5, we've done the numbers, and we're ready to announce them. In the event that that doesn't happen right now in this moment, what is likely to happen is that we will inform you of the top 5, because I guess we have to check the numbers as well in the group, so in the Built4Biz group. But I think it's important for me to say something. As the founder of You Inc., the founder of Your Media as well, but also more importantly as an entrepreneur, a young entrepreneur. I'm 35 now, so this is my last year of youth. And if there's anything I have said over the last 2 years, anybody who knows me and knows me in an entrepreneurial context will tell you, is that I'm a big believer in not only young entrepreneurs, but in South African entrepreneurs. And the reason is this, that we come from Tsotlego, we come from lack, we come from nothing. We know what it means to not have, right? And unlike many, we have never given up. Through all the challenges that we have faced as Africa as a continent, but as South Africa with its unique set of challenges, the truth is that we have persevered. We have stayed through it, and we have fought through it. And I can't imagine anything that represents tenacity, and see what I'm going to do here, Absa, Africanacity, more than that. That is the fighting spirit. But here's what I have to say to you, right? Right? Nobody owes us anything. The truth of the matter is, right, we all get the same amount of hours in a day. And there's a time and place where you can say, I don't have, they have. But being a young South African, for the most part, our realities are equal, specifically as a person who's considered to be previously disadvantaged. So all I ask of you is that you not wait for permission to do things. You not wait for permission to register your number on that wall that says that this person walked here, right? The second colonization of Africa is happening. And by that I mean they are coming to the continent. The world is coming to the continent again. We're the next frontier. They're coming this time with technology that is different. It's not guns this time, it's software, it's code. When they get here, let them find us adequately equipped to take them on and say, this time it'll not be a colonization, it'll be a partnership, it'll be true engagement. And the way that will happen is if you and I equip ourselves. You cannot put out what you don't put in. And that doesn't speak to just physical exercise. That speaks to the internal, and that speaks to the head. And the truth is, you're fighting possibly one of the hardest battles you'll ever face, because entrepreneurship is difficult. The glamour that you see when you see both Yobaloyi, or you see Bolikau, or you see DJs Boo, or all these people that we see in the media landscape are doing beautiful interviews, living in beautiful houses, driving amazing cars. That is the end of a struggle. And in many ways, or many times as well, it's not the end of a struggle. You're just seeing glimpses into a journey. But the backdrop to that journey is there's difficult times. People will say no to you about everything. You'll say no to yourself. You'll probably be your biggest naysayer when you're sitting in your own darkness. But all I want to remind you is this, that at the end of that journey, there is hope. And for as long as you commit yourself to seeing it through, we will get there. And perhaps as a parting shot from my side, before we announce those top 5, I think I saw a list coming in, right, into studio. Remember this, that we all have a reason why we start doing what we do. And too often what tends to happen is that we forget that reason. I implore you with everything that I can master to remember that reason. When you're sitting and you've got a choice between writing that proposal or a piano kokota somewhere, to choose to write that proposal, because you know that that proposal is bigger than just a proposal. Because at the end of that proposal is food on the table. At the end of that proposal is electricity for the family. Let's take it to a bigger level. At the end of that is pulling our families, the people we love, out of destitute and into better times. I implore you to remember your why. No matter how good it gets, remember your why. Because that's what will push you through the dark times. That's what will make it worth it. Anyway, let me pull myself closer to myself. And if I could ask that the list be handed to me. We're in such an electronic age, but this list is written on paper. I mean, guys, how? Okay, so the list I have in front of me is the top 5 coming out of the elevator pitch sessions. This means that the sum total of the judges who sat in that panel, and as you can imagine, well, not as you can imagine, as you know, there were 3 judges at a time. We've taken their scores and we have tabulated them, and then obviously whoever has been scored highest makes up this top 5. So in no particular order, I will read them as follows. So, first on my list, Ntobeko. The reference I've been given for your businesses here is that you're the snail farm lady. I think I remember you because I was listening in on that pitch. There were some comments made about the koi ponds and koi fishes and whatnot. You would know what I'm talking about, and I think the judges would know what I'm talking about. Congratulations to you. Fantastic. Excuse me. It's worth reminding you maybe what the top 5 receive. So before we even continue, I've mentioned one, but before we continue, the top 5 will not only receive a media pack. So, and then in this media pack, they will get social media design, they'll get logo design, they'll get all of those things. So a branding look and feel. They will also receive from your media an advertising slot. Well, not advertising slot, an advertising package, the details of which we will send to them and they will be aware of. It'll include an interview. It'll include flighting some ads on our platforms. So congratulations to you. But further, above and beyond that, ABSA CIB has some great additions to your package. Now, for everybody else, I'm happy to let you know that I have been whispered to by a birdie saying that you've got a nice little goodie bag that comes with your graduation. So thank you to ABSA CIB. In fact, let's give the ABSA CIB some horns. I like horns. I think I'm just going to use the horns going forward. So thank you for that. I saw some of the things that have gone into that really, really fantastic goodie bag. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it adds value to you. I think there is a copy of someone's book in there as well. But yeah, we can discuss that at a later time. So Nontobeko is number one of our top 5. Well, she's one of our top 5. I also have for Morato Enterprise, Morato Nyeleti Morato, whichever way you say it. Horns for you. Congratulations. Number 3 from Bawa Beauty, Lebogang Moloto. Congratulations to you. You are part of our top 5. And then from Halim Muslim, from Halim, I think, is Ayanda. Ayanda, congratulations. I hear you're doing great things in Hammanskraal. Today, I found out that there was a mosque in Hammanskraal. Never knew that in my life. You live, you learn. Somebody said it's because Hua Chesa, and it emulates kind of the Arabic countries because they're so hot. Yeah, who knows? Maybe it's the new Dubai of South Africa. Go Hammanskraal. We'll live to find out. Right. And then number 5 of our top 5, again, in no particular order. I wish I had a drum kit. DJ, I want a drum kit. This DJ just got horns. Okay, so, and the last slot in our top 5 on the Built4Biz elevator pitch session, or at least part of the awards, is from Evergrow Multi, Petole Raseropo. Congratulations to you. Pew. I'm going to throw these here quickly. Right, are we done with the horns? We don't want to make this thing too long. So I'm sure you're asking yourself logistically what is going to happen. You have been contacted by Natasha to get your contact details, your delivery addresses for your goodie bags, for the physical things that will come to you. The things that are not physical will be sent electronic, and I think your certificates are part of that. So those are going to be electronic certificates that you will receive. And then the goodie bags you will receive physically in the next, let's say 14 days. A lot happens in this country. Load shedding, we'll try and expedite that as quickly as possible and get it to you. But as we wrap, I think let me invite Ausbongi back in to say her bit and say her goodbyes and her wrap up and her vote of thanks. Again, a massive thank you to ABSA CIB. None of this would have been possible without their backing. They've been the ones who paid for our facilitators. They've paid for waters. They've paid for the training. They've paid for the portals. They've paid for everything that has happened. And so we are eternally grateful to them. It is incredible when a business understands its role in society and continues to invest in its role in society, especially at a time when there's a counting of pennies and cents across the world. So we're going to play back that graduating class so you can see yourself again. And at the end of that, Ausbongi will be there ready to say Herbert.
Lebogang Moloto, Pembieni Gumete, Pete Rakabe, Nico Lovemore Manganyi, Glenton Ntlantla Shongwe, Nakho konke Mgati, Nyeleti Mlondobozi, Botel Sebulela, Tamsantla Carlson, Lebogang Moret Seabi, Tato Khadebe, Mutolo Eric Katsana, William Tabiso Matlabani, Ntabeleng Tsokeli, Lerato Moloi, Spamandla Sibisi, Nontobeko Ndlovu, Ayanda Nangalembe, Nosipho Msiza, Simangele Sara Zwani, Kamogelo Themba, Petole Raseropo, Italia Salome Mthethwa, Melusi Colin Mlambo, Fatima Muhammad, Bongane Libelo, Isaac van Rensburg, Spamandla Sibisi, Martha Kapati, Nonxeba Skosana. Lebogang Moloto.
I wanted to do that whole Jub correction thing that you guys, I don't know what it is. But anyway, I'm sure you're tired of standing in front of your screens. It is time now for you to go and have fun. I can't prescribe to you what your fun looks like. Next time when we're all together, I can tell you exactly what kind of fun we're all going to have. But again, let me do my thank yous to everybody who's involved. Let me start first with yourselves as a participant. Thank you so much for your commitment and contribution. Sorry, I was going had to dash out. That's why I'm doing the vote of thanks. Let's get up, right? So to you as the participants, thank you. To your families, thank you for affording you the time to do what you needed to do. Because sometimes you have to borrow the TV, or you have to borrow the computer just so you can watch the videos and whatnot. You have to borrow 29 rand to buy data to watch the videos, to download. I know it's been a hassle, but you've done it. You've seen it through. So thank you. Beyond congratulations, thank you. Thank you for making this program worthwhile. Because it only matters if you actually are part of it and you do the work. I don't do this for myself. The participants don't do the facilitators don't do it for themselves. I know APSA certainly doesn't do it for themselves as well. So that's the first group of people I want to thank. The second group I want to thank is in two parts. First, I want to thank the brand that is APSA CIB for their continued, again, contribution to the community and understanding that their role in society as a business is really about making a meaningful impact. And a part of that is fostering the spirit of entrepreneurship, but beyond fostering it is really supporting initiatives within the community that help, in particular, young people ideate, build, and take to market business ideas that ultimately will empower, will employ, and will feed families. And of course, at the tail end of it, we hope that those businesses come back and are big enough to be banking with APSA corporate investment banking. Failing which, it could just be banking with APSA banking. It also, I mean, hey, nothing wrong with that at all. I can tell you that. Okay, so thank you so much to APSA as a brand and as a business. But more importantly, I want to speak to the CIB team, or the citizenship team within APSA. They are the team that works with businesses like ourselves to make sure that the programs we work on are supported. Sometimes you have to fight for these programs. Sometimes you have to go back in and you have to say why it is that you as a collective team believe that this kind of program will have an impact. And then at the end of it, you have to come back. Yeah, you remember what we said? We thought it was a great idea, or you come in and you stand with pride and you say, you know what, we're very proud of what we have achieved. And at every point, this team has fought for us. They have fought for the program, and ultimately they fought for you as the beneficiaries of the program. Eternally thankful to you, because again, I'll always relate this to the human impact of what you do. This is not about videos. This is not about live streaming. This is not about sessions. This is not about fancy PowerPoints. It's about the human impact at the tail end of all your efforts. So on the days when it's difficult, and you are feeling like, why am I fighting for all these things? Remember that you're fighting for the people that are attached to it. And I know that they value it. And the families that are behind those also value it as well. So thank you. Thank you to Bongi Mabena and the team. Naledi, Ngosi, thank you so much. Thank you. We appreciate you. And I know Madeleine is part of that team as well. And Ostebatu, not leaving you out. Right. That's the APSA CIB team. Now, who else am I going to thank as we wrap up? I guess I would be remiss if I did not thank the following groups of people. Our facilitators, who have given up not only their time, but their expertise. You know, oftentimes when those invoices come in, I do sharp, so let me squint harder, maybe it'll bring the zeros together and make them one. But I realize that in that we're not paying so much for their time, because think people, you're not paying for an hour, you're not paying for 3 hours of their time. You're paying for years and years of expertise that's been built up, and they are willing to share it. Of course, they're sharing it at a cost, because true value does cost, and quality costs. So I do thank them for their commitment and showing up well, all of them across the board. I'll thank our judges for today as well for making time. What was supposed to be a 4-hour exercise became a 7-hour exercise, but they stayed through it. There were some hilarious moments that we cannot discuss, because we'll all start laughing again. But there were some questionable moments, sad ones as well, and there was some anger. It was all passionate. We brought everything. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. I'll mention in absentia, we had Mr. Milan Mashale, who's from Smart Cloud. He took some time to come and be part of our panel. I'll also mention, I think he's just rushed out. I'll get his name and I'll say it right, because we pronounced it wrong earlier on, and I was like, But yeah, one of the gentlemen who was on the panel who served for the whole day. We appreciate you. Thank you so much, sir, for your time as well. And then, of course, because I have to come back here to the office tomorrow and not die, I have to thank my team. So to two groups of teams. So to the U Inc. team, thank you so much. And that includes Natasha as the project manager, and it includes some auxiliary team members as well that were part of that cohort. And then, of course, to the Your Media team, thank you so much for all your efforts. That is Pizzo, that's Tapi, that's Mo, that's everybody who was involved, from graphics to sound to all of that. May we continue to do good work. May we continue to have integrity, follow those values, because you know I love them values, and make a difference in the world. And yeah, thank you so much. But Mamudim, Julian, Arrequale. La Melina ke katla go mabusela ke stolo sa gata ura minutes ipi morolong. Ke re thank you. We'll see each other again. We'll stay in contact. I'm always available. I'm still part of the WhatsApp group, so we'll talk there, and then we'll start to share the details around that stock file. And when we're going to get engaged. The top 5, you'll also get special communication around your price and how the redemption is going to happen, and when we can start engaging around that as well. Please do be safe as we go into the festive season. Balebon Sav. Hey, Rupi lockdown, leads for just control. I love you all. Be kind, live, love, learn. And as always, listen, take care.